Well, good morning. This is Washboard Jim, the singing day trader. Yesterday, there was a few good stocks that I really liked, and I was seeing what was going on in other rooms, and what I experienced yesterday was just funny to me. Some of these rooms were trying to pump stocks down, trying to short them, trying to take advantage of no advantage at all. For a good example, AWX. Now, AWX has had very strong momentum, very strong volume, very strong share rotation. And I was telling anybody that follows me, and I was alerting also in Stock Twits and in other rooms that this stock is a very strong stock. And as the video I posted earlier stated, that there was going to be a small pullback because stock was running good, and you're going to have these other rooms trying to short something that's up real nice. So they tried to attack AWX right out of the gate. And so I waited for the consolidation period, which is right down here in this square. And people were trying to short, so it bounced up. It hit that 50-day SMA, which is the green line. Then we had us a golden cross right here. And once that golden cross started moving up and the stock rose above that 50-day SMA, it took off like a rocket. It went all the way up to 516, pulled back a little bit, so people were trying to short it here at $5. And all it did was just take a natural, people were taking profits, getting out, still above the 50-day SMA, and it ran up to 5 again. We created a triple top. We had one right here, we had one right here, and we had one right here. So they tried to short it again. And I'm telling these people in these rooms not to pay attention to these crackpots that are shorting stocks, because this was a very powerful run. So it pulled back again, and then it consolidated in this area right here, and all of a sudden, right when it all the time, this 50-day SMA was just going up the ladder. So we had another breakout, and then we had another period of consolidation. And these trend lines that I draw in here are my extended trend lines that I had from the previous day. And of course, I added a few when I found a channel in that same day. So we bounced above that 516 resistance, and then for the last hour and a half or 2 hours, 3 hours of the day, it just kept going up with an ascending wedge. And we still stayed above that 50-day SMA. Now, don't be surprised again, because a lot of people in rooms got a lot of people in trouble on this stock, not realizing how powerful it was. We touched down right here at the 200 SMA on a 1 minute daily, which is the gold or the red, orange or whatever you want to call it. And we bounced right off of it. We come down and hit it twice in a little trend right here. And you can see that it stopped right here at the same day high right here at this level right here. So I'm going to draw me a little trend line here, because that's going to be another pullback support for today. Again, expect it to come back down, and we'll just have to watch the time and sales tape and the level 2 and keep up on the news. But I was quite impressed with this run for the past couple of days, and I'm still watching it, and I'll probably still play it. And this is AWX. So just be careful of the rooms. Do your own due diligence. Learn your own strategies. And this is one strategy that I use on a daily basis, and that is the 50-day and the 200-day SMA. To me, it's a slower stochastic, but it also is a more accurate one that I can go by, and I can play as a swing, or I could, because I held this thing all the way from $4, 407, right down here at my support level from yesterday, which was an old resistance, and carried it all the way up. And I flipped it a couple of times. So that's AWX. And then I wanted to show you another strategy that I use, and and I look at percentage lows and percentage highs. And you can get this on TOS. I use a TOS for most of my think tank, and I also have a Ustock Trades account too that I trade with. The one right out of the gate, this is percentage change losers, and I like to look at this just to see maybe the next day if I could have something that I can get into that I recognize from the past that was previous runners. For example, HMNY, everybody knows this has really had a real hard time. It's been diluted so many times, and they keep messing with the share structure of it. So we had a reverse split, and it ran, and I'm going to pull up a 5-day chart. Let's pull up a 20. It ran all the way. No, this number ain't right. $87 had an 87 high. So that was right after it had a split. So it's pulled back, and we're now at $6.87. I think we might consolidate, but I got a lower support. I'm going to erase all these old trend lines that I had when they were down 38 cents, down to 10 cents, to 8 cents. That tells you how bad this stock has been manipulated. So I'm going to clear the drawing set. And I'm going to start fresh. I'm going to pull up a year's chart, and we're going to try to consolidate this thing. It's going to kind of be hard to make any sense out of it, but we'll take it to a year. We're still hovering down below the 50-day SMA, but this had a split right back in here, and the chart's manipulated right now, so it's trying to consolidate. And I'm going to change this back to a 5-day. It's hard to make sense, so I expect it to go down more. It's just got real negative sentiment, and I probably won't play it. I probably never will, but I did like it at one time. And it can probably turn around and bounce back, but it's just one that's, to me, has got very negative sentiment, and I just don't want to play it anymore. It's been bashed too many times. Also on this stock list, I'm just kind of looking around. I like to take it to the volume high, see what was the highest volume that day. Everybody knows that Facebook's earnings were bad. We had a big gap down. So this is a ticker that you can play, you can get in and out of. I think in the long run it'll bounce back, but the stock itself and the company itself got involved in politics. So it's brought this stock down. A lot of people have negative sentiment about Facebook. You have a different generation now. The kids aren't on it as much as it was when it first broke out. It's more of the adult page anymore. People are going to different websites, different social media outlets. Advertisements down. I'm definitely not as bullish as I used to be on Facebook as a company of itself, just because they got involved in politics. And everybody has a reason to trade. That's just my reason. And I noticed yesterday on the list that Ford is under $10 at a 5-year low. A lot of this just doesn't make any sense to me, especially when the economy is in such great shape. I think money's been moved around in what I call the now, where your Bitcoin, they're pushing it back in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and pharmaceutical companies. So I think it's just being moved around a little bit. This is the slowest time of the year for trading, and volume should start picking up and things should start bouncing again. NOK, I mean, look at the dive it took right here. This is ridiculous. I just think people are really pulling money out of their portfolios, and there's opportunities right now to get into stocks. And I got updated. through Ameritrade. So there goes that. But I'm going to look at a couple more that's on the list. Did you just see what happened? Yeah, Ameritrade just got updated. Dest is one that I've been watching. It took a big dive yesterday, down to 460. It was at 560. It dropped a whole dollar. I mean, come on. There's a lot of, and then I also take a good look at the percentage gainers, and you can find that on TOS. And these were some of the percentage gainers yesterday. The volume is high was SVU. Look at where it went from. It went from and it's up on news. I think it had a buyout, if I remember right, from yesterday. But it went from 20 bucks down under 20 bucks all the way to 32. And that was one of the percentage gainers yesterday, along with AWX, which I watched. MTSL had another good day. It corrected itself in a 4-day period and then bounced back up yesterday. I have a 5-day rule where if I see something sell off 4 or 5 days, I want to start looking at it. We had a golden cross right out of the gate, and right when that happened, look what happened. We had us a little bullish, and I'll bring this down to a 1 day so you can see the golden cross, which is right here. And it bounced right up. So that, and it consolidated all day long, had another breakout right to my resistance level, right to it within a penny, and pulled back. And anytime, like I've said, anytime stock is above the 50-day SMA, it's time to get in. It went down below it a little bit. A couple times we touched, but still yet, it still bounced up to resistance level. Let's pull up the watch list on the percentage gainers and see if we had any more. Win was also mentioned in the room yesterday. It had a real good day, hovering around the 200 SMA. They touched right here. Once they touched the 50 and the 200, it bounced on up, stayed above that 50-day, and we left the building with a high of about 372. It ran up after hours to 384. So that was a good day. And then, so there's just a couple ways that I look when I'm working in the daytime. I like to look at the percentage gainers, the percentage losers. I'll also pull up the room scan, which I've shared with many people. The room scan is a $1 to $10 scan above 3% with over 300,000 in volume, and I look at that right out of the gate. And so I just want to wish everybody a great day. I also got in ISR for a long swing. ISR yesterday right before close had a little breakout. We closed right up around here, right around 64.44. I scaled out some and kept some. So I got in here at 54 and I got back in at around 61 or 60 cents. And then we consolidated a little bit with a pullback and we bounced up to 65.93. I'd like to see this go bullish and ride this 50-day on up. And again, I want to wish everybody a great day. Please follow me on StockTwits and on Twitter. And be careful of other rooms. Do your own due diligence. Do your own homework. Work off of a scanner, which I do every day. I also work off of my watch list and my other scans on Ameritrade. Keep it fresh, keep it simple, and have a great day.